Hi, I'm Nikki, founder of Intracell Research Group. I wanted to start off 2019 by answering a really important question that I get asked quite frequently, and it is that if there is such a credible body of evidence correlating various microbes to late-onset Alzheimer's disease and dementia and other conditions, then why don't we know about it? Why doesn't my physician know about it, and why aren't we treating based upon that literature? And the answer to that question is really simple. It's what we do as human beings. If you look back at scientific history and medical history in general, you'll see repeatedly the same trend over and over again. New ideas that are different and that question the accepted hypotheses of the time are often met with a tremendous amount of skepticism, and at times it leads to costly delays in innovation. And I think a lot about a quote by Arthur Schopenhauer when I think about the situation with late-onset Alzheimer's disease and the research correlating it to infection. And it's that all truth passes through three stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. And third, it is accepted as being self-evident. And a modern example that is incredibly applicable to the situation comparing Alzheimer's and infection currently is one that took place between the 1980s and the early 2000s. Dr. Robin Warren in Australia in 1979 discovered a bacteria called H. pylori, and he found it in the gastrointestinal tract. From 1979 through the 80s and 90s, Dr. Robin Warren and Dr. Barry Marshall, two scientists, went about the business of studying and publishing extensively on the topic. They continually found Helicobacter pylori or H. pylori bacteria at the site of peptic ulcers in patients over and over and over again. Essentially, this research was ignored for a long period of time and questioned. And one infectious disease specialist here in the US was actually quoted as saying, "Barry Marshall's not a real scientist." Well, you fast forward several years, and Barry Marshall, in a desperate attempt to try and prove the hypotheses, drinks H. pylori in a slurry of liquid and makes himself sick. He develops an ulcer and goes to the media. And at this point in time, everyone says, oh, well, maybe we'd better look at that. In 2005, Barry Marshall and Robin Warren win the Nobel Prize, and today, everyone just accepts that peptic ulcers are caused by H. pylori. It's a treatable bacterial infection. Well, how does this correlate to the situation in Alzheimer's? It's essentially the same thing. There is credible research published over the last 30 years linking various microbes to the onset and possibly progression of late-onset Alzheimer's disease. Those microbes are Chlamydia pneumoniae, Borrelia burgdorferi or Lyme disease, and other spirochetes, and also herpes simplex virus. The thing we need to do as individuals is realize the propensity to question research to a point that it results in costly delays. So today, hopefully this leaves you thinking about our current tactics in regards to our way that we approach science and the way that we think about diseases, and how we should possibly value academic research that's credible without imposing costly delays. And the next time I'll begin talking again about the various microbes and Alzheimer's disease. Thank you.